All right, we're doing problem number 6 from section 2 of chapter 15. It's asking us, in 2015, one article in the Wall Street Journal discussed the possibility of a September quarter-point increase in the Fed's range for overnight target rates, while another article noted the U.S. central bank's discount rate has been set at 0.75% since February 2010. Now there's parts A through C, but A is asking us, what is the name of the Fed's target rate? The name of the Fed's target rate, as we just saw, is the federal funds rate. It's the federal funds rate. Always remember that. Part B is asking us, briefly explain who borrows money and who lends money at this target rate. The people who borrow and lend money are banks, basically. One bank borrows from another bank. These, loans are very, very short term. But because of the fact that it's called the federal funds rate, it's determined by the Federal Reserve. It's determined by the government, and it's how they basically do monetary policy is by changing this rate, or one of the ways in which they do it. So who borrows? Let's just say banks. Banks borrow, banks lend. Okay, cool. C is asking, what is the discount rate and how is it different from the target rate? So the discount rate is the rate at which the Fed itself loans money. So in very, very, very dire times, all the banks are going to completely dry up and not be willing to lend out any of their money to each other because things are so bad. Well, at that time, what can other banks do? Well, they can go to the Fed and borrow money from the Fed's reserve. That's what the reserve and Federal Reserve means. And of course, the discount rate is going to be higher than the federal funds rate as a way to, sort of de-incentivize them from ever using it. But it's different because you're borrowing directly from the Fed. It's another rate that the Fed can easily change as a way to affect monetary policy. And it's also typically significantly higher than the federal